Yashra'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haganawa, Yahweh, Ahad, Shema, Yashra'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haganawa, Yahweh, Ahad, Shema, Yashra'Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haganawa, Yahweh, Ahad, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Sai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Sai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahweh Sai, Bahashur Hahakodas. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Alright? And today I want to go into a topic, entitled, well, it's not going to go into a title, but it's basically going into if the Most High puts you in that situation, or you find yourself in that situation, which is basically a temptation, right? You have to have faith that Yahweh Bashima Shai is going to see you through it, and that He already created a way out. Like in every temptation that you have to have faith that He created a way out of that temptation. As it says in 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, I believe. It says, there have no temptation taking you, but such as is coming to man. Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai is faithful, that He would not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also create a way to escape. And you're gonna have temptations. It's two ways to look at it, because it's playing out both ways. In one way, you have to protect your spiritual routine. You have to protect the routine that keeps you in the spirit. Alright? And Satan, he has a strategy to keep you out of the spirit. Alright? And that could come in forms of just worldly distraction, stress, your own devices, your own lust of the flesh. Alright? Things that just draw you away from your Creator. Alright? But then on the flip side, which is it's the same thing ultimately, the Most High is trying you, man. It tells you in what's that Sirach, the 2nd chapter, as gold is tried in the fire, so is acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So just as a vessel is tested in heat, its integrity, its firmness is tested in the furnace, so is our character tested in adversity. So when you have these cravings, you have the moanings of the flesh, the cravings of the flesh, when you have life distractions or distresses, understand that Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai is testing your integrity, Hey, Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai B'Rakatah, Most High is testing your integrity, man. But once again, this lesson is going into, you have to have faith that the Most High has already planted an escape route in your temptation. The Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Chahakash, He's already planted an escape route in your. I can tell you from my experience that the spirit first, man. As for me and my house, we should serve Yahweh B'Hashem Shai. You have to put the Rachak first. You have to put whatever keeps you in the spirit first, man. And some days you fall short to where you might find yourself reading and not really being in the spirit, but hell, at least you read, man. You don't want to really be in that space all the time where you read and you're not really in the spirit. But it's better to read, to read, than to not read at all. It's better to pray. And certain days you might not really into prayer, but it's still better to pray than to not pray at all, man. It's better to show up to count, and maybe you didn't speak that day, the spirit wasn't really on you. It's better to be there to not be there at all, because it's when you don't show up It's when you don't pray. It's when you don't read. That's when Satan fucks with you, man. You know? It's when you don't show up, man. It's when you don't report. You gotta report to the Father, man. He woke your black ass up. You gotta report to the Father. When you pray in the morning time or when you pray at night, you report. You gotta to the Father. You crying to Him. You asking for forgiveness. From the time you woke up to the time you went to sleep, you did something wrong, man. From the time you woke up to the time you went to sleep, you fucked up somewhere, man. And your thought process, He just showed you signs throughout the day. You ignored the sign, whatever it may have been. You know? But the fact that you woke up and you know His name, you gotta report to your Maker, man. You gotta check in. You gotta check in. You know? Give thanks, man. What David Ruffin say? Ungrateful sons of bitches. I'm not saying you brothers out there. Like I said, I'm not talking about brothers, but you gotta give thanks, man. The flesh of hell, you worried about all type of shit. The flesh of hell, you pent up and negative and uptight and mad. Like, man, you good. You know how the devil's in the details, right? The devil fucks with you in the details. So a lot of ways that Satan mess with you mentally is petty shit, man. But that petty shit will implode in your mind and amplify your mind, and that'll make up your whole day, man. But you got a roof over your head, you got reliable transportation most likely, or some type of transportation. You functional, man. Gotta give thanks, man. You know? It's like that, man. The Most High, we gotta have faith, and we gotta pray for faith to have that awareness in every circumstance that they have no temptation taking you, but such as is coming to man. Yahweh B'Hashemel Shah is faithful, that He would not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also find a way to escape. You gotta have faith that in every circumstance, the Most High has already created that circumstance, and he created a way to escape, because He invented the maze. He designed the maze, M-A-Z-E, like a maze runner. We're the maze runners, man. But he designed the maze. He designed the game. You know how you have like a competition show? It's a competition, and they got to go through an obstacle course. But guess who engineered the obstacle course, man? You see? So he created the obstacles, but He also planted escape routes. He also created resting stations within those obstacle courses. He also created power stations within those obstacle courses. But we got to get out of the flesh, man. But the flesh will have you just in survival mode, man. And survival mode to take you out the spirit, man. Survival mode to take you out the spirit, man. I was watching this video. This guy was breaking it down, like how your nervous system, I kind of forget how he broke it down. But basically how your nervous system basically takes you out of, you know, like you're not in an equilibrium when your nervous system is like overstimulated, man. When you're in survival mode, your nervous system is overstimulated, but that takes you out of that place where Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai dwells, man, in your mind. Some of us are in positions where you really have to be still and know that He's Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai. And others of us, you're going to eventually be put in a situation during Jacob's trouble to where you're going to just have to know. And these obstacle courses are developing us into having that faith where we just know Yahweh B'Hashemel Shai got us, man. You know? We just know. We have faith, you know, and I believe in having structured faith, meaning You still got to go out and handle business as a man. You still got to manage your affairs. You know, you got to have that structure. You got to have that faith, knowing that Noah had to build the ark, right? But the Most High protected him while he was in that ark. The Most High led those animals into the ark. You know, so Noah still had to build that ark. You know, because why didn't the Most High just take Noah and do Noah like how he did Enoch? Nah, he had to physically, you know, do his part. Then the Most High took care of the rest, man. You know? But yeah, like all these, when you let these forces within your flesh, your human nature dominate you, man, and take the driver's seat, man, that takes Sophia out real quick, man. You know? Just talking from experience, man. You let these, whether it's a craving in the flesh or just a worry in the flesh, man, that stuff will take out Sophia, because the Most High wants you in a particular spirit, man. It's kind of like you zenned out, man. You know? Like it's chaos around you, but it's not chaos inside you, man. You know? The scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. So that's the ultimate faith, is that when you have that poise, you know, despite circumstances, man, that self-possession, and your patience possessing your souls, man. Yeah, they're gonna put us up on the news, yeah, because look, man, the charagma is here. It's actually in a man's head. The charagma is here. It's just a matter of time, man. And the Most High made bitterness sweet, because this place is bitter, but the Most High has it set up to where you start seeing those signs that we at the end, man, that bitterness becomes sweetness, man. You know? So we're all going to be put in circumstances where we're going to have to be still and know that he's Yahweh Bashmal Shai. But he's training us. You know? But with that, you know, I hope this was of edification. You know, once again, I want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakha HaKodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Root Well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba Baal, Kum Yashala Shalom.